Councillor Floric, are you all right?
Gauntlet, a new duty calls. Drow have taken Grand Duke Alder Ravengard westward.
No, it can't be. You mean they've taken my...
Yes, Will. The Drow have your father.
You've bought us some time here, but the goblins are still massing out there. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter.
Lads are celebrating the raid on Joaquin's Rest. We captured a Duke, we did, all the way from the city.
Can it? I know something Ragslin will want to hear.
Yeah? What's that?
I've been in some druid's grove. This one sprang me. Now move over so I can tell Ragslin myself.
Ragslin's other drow friend won't be happy to hear that.
She'll be happy enough when I tell her where them loobies is holding up. Let me through.
With fragulous crown and with scepter abraid, draw Ragslin, short work of the innkeeper made.
Who's that? Friend of yours? You up to something?
Oh, certainly not.
Come on, pigeon. Back to your cage.
Now look what you've done.
Guys! This one's giving us a toast!
You poisoned us!
Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cinderellimouse and I'm back today with Baldur's Gate 3. I'm a bit nervous about the next episode or two because I really want to get this right. It's quite important to me, it's quite important to my character that this goes well for us. So put all the love and look out there. The pink wig I will explain momentarily, but in the last episode Cordia had this dream about her goddess Illustri, who is the good land goddess of the Drow. She came to her in a vision. She told her that she had to embrace the powers that the tadpole was giving her, and yeah, she was really excited to actually, you know, hold the hand of her goddess in her dreams and all this good stuff. So she's woke up, she's really excited, and she's going to run straight over to Gale because I feel like she's closest with Gale, and she's going to be excited to tell him all about it.
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. I had the strangest dream last night. A visitor came to me. A vision of unparalleled beauty and power. She told me she was watching over me, protecting me, and that our tadpoles could prove beneficial if we embrace what powers they have to offer. An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it.
So at this moment, her heart would drop because she realizes that Gale's had the same dream and maybe there's something else happening here. So she's going to say, well, I had the same dream, a similar visitor with a similar message.
Very curious. In all my readings on the effects of illithid parasites, I've never come across any accounts of correlating dreams between infected parties. Another unique quality of our predicament, perhaps. Are you inclined to take these visitors at their word?
I am. Something is delaying our transformation. Why not this dream visitor of ours?
If so, we have far more to learn about the powers at play here. Our ignorance as to the exact nature and intent of our saviors is hardly cause for celebration. I hope your confidence proves well-founded. God knows we could use all the help we can get.
She really values Gale's intelligence. He gives really good advice, and she's going to be thinking about what he said. You know, and she does think, you know, she is weighing this up as, you know, something is protecting them, something is stopping them transforming. This dream visitor, who she thought was Illustri, you know, seems to be good. So, you know, she's leaning towards it at this point, basically. Gale is saying we need all the help we can get, so maybe it's a good idea. I think at this point she's going to go and see if anyone else has had a dream. So I'm going to go and talk to Karlach. Dirge's just stood right next to her with Gale's cap.
I had a wild dream last night. This beautiful entity came to me, promised to protect me, told me the parasite in our heads could give us power.
I feel like she's been a little bit guarded. She doesn't want to spoil this moment for Karlach, so she's just going to say, it sounds like a pretty intense dream.
It was. And it seems so, not real, but not a dream either. Anyway, I told the entity to make tracks. I don't need anything else from this tadpole, thanks very much.
So she's going to change the subject. Again, she's kind of keeping it a little bit to herself that she's also had this dream. Not because she doesn't trust Karlach, but she doesn't want to kind of ruin that moment for her. And she's trying to collect information. So she's like, I can tell her I had one later, you know. She's going to change the subject and go, how do you like the upgrade to your engine?
I'm just happy to know someone can do something about this little situation. Thought I was alone, but I'm not, am I? With your help, and Damon's, I might be able to get a little more control over this thing. None too soon either. It's starting to wear me out a bit.
Oh, so she'd just be concerned about it. Let's go and talk to Will as well and see what Will has to say.
I had a dream last night. A vivid one. And so did you, judging from the way my tadpole is tingling. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. Tempting as these powers sound, we should recognize this dream for what it is, the tadpole's little trick. No good ever came from trusting honey-tongued strangers conjured up by illithid worms.
I made Will's tadpole tingle, guys. So she's respecting what Will's telling her, but she's also, you know, she's so taken by the idea that her goddess had visited her. She's going to say, well, I think we should hear this dream figure out. Maybe these powers could be useful.
I wouldn't advise it. Play with fire and you get burned. That's always the way of it.
So yeah, so Cordia she cares about what her friends have to say. She's definitely taking Gale and Will's thoughts on the matter as, you know, maybe we should keep our minds open, lol. Maybe we should think about using the powers, but maybe not be too hasty. And she definitely respects their opinion. Dirge, on the other hand, now Dirge, at the end of the last episode, also had a dream from their dream guardian. And I'm going to just put in the segment here.
I came just in time. You are transforming.
Okay, so where with Cordia, she's seen the goddess Illustory. The idea being that this dream is taking the form of something that they trust. Dirge's dream guardian kind of looks like Cordia. He's grown to trust her. You know, he feels safer around her. And so his dream guardian looks like Cordia, but it's not Cordia. What's with the pink hair? So he doesn't trust it. He's a little bit less where Cordia is a cleric and she was like, oh yes, yes, Illustory, whatever you say, goddess, I'll put the tadpoles in my brain. Dirge is like, this is a trick. Are you the evil inside my brain? The dark compulsions?
Don't worry. You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you.
Imagine hacking off the grabby paw. He doesn't know what it is, right? He's just gonna say, he's just gonna get up on his own.
Independent. Good. We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it, nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it. A fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. Wake now. You'll feel better. I promise.
So Dirge is a lot less trusting because he really hates the Illithid, and so, you know, he definitely is thinking this is some sort of trick. Also the pink wig. Basically when I was creating Dirge, I wanted his kind of little leprechaun on his shoulder. So the Dream Guardian kind of takes the form of somebody that they can trust, you know, somebody that they're inclined towards to believe and to trust. So Dirge's little voice on his shoulder is actually Cordia. You know, he's grown to trust her. She's a very good person. So she's kind of acting like his conscience in this moment. And so for the dream figure to kind of like take the look of Cordia, but also be different, sort of like a fantasy version of Cordia for Dirge. I thought it was an interesting way of playing this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. So yeah, hence the pink wig. Yeah, Dirge is not trusting what this is at all. He is like, this is some kind of Illithid trick. So I think he's going to want to talk to his companions and see what they say about this. I think, you know, he has grown to trust Shadowheart quite well. So maybe we go and talk to Shadowheart first. I feel like you can trust her to keep quiet.
Did you have any strange dreams of late? Vivid ones?
He's gonna admit to her. You know, again, she's opened up to him a lot, so I feel like he trusts her at this point. He's gonna say, it happened to you as well.
Damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. But this must be something more. This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole, use its power. Whoever it was claimed to be an ally, but I don't know. It seems like we can't escape this mess, in the waking world or otherwise.
Again, Dirge is slightly more practical, like he's slightly more skeptical, so I feel like him and Shadowheart are kind of on the same wavelength with this. I feel like the important question he would ask right now is, that artifact seems to be protecting us somehow. Do you still have it?
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
And say it costs you your life. What then?
Then so be it. I did my duty. As for the artifact, it's powerful, and has a mind of its own sometimes. You'd better hope you're up to bearing it. Don't forget what it was like when you heard the voice. It'll only get worse if you don't have the artifact to protect you.
Curious that you just happen to have an item that can protect us. How did you come by it?
I was part of a group sent by my cloister. We were to take the artifact from the Githyanki and bring it to Baldur's Gate, no matter the cost. Though it turned out the cost was very steep. I was the only one of the group to survive. I took the artifact and fled, only to be ensnared by mind flayers before I could finish the mission. That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
So sorry to anyone who's like finding this repetitive, because I've got two main characters. I am going to get some repeats of some of the scenes, but I'm trying to kind of choose different options to get like different dialogue so you guys can see some of the complexity of this game. So I am sorry if I get any repeats and that's a bit boring, but also it's kind of a good recap to remember where we're up to and to remember what the mission is and like what's going on with everybody. So yeah, hopefully you're all happy with me doing this. I'm going to try not to have too much repeats as best as I can. I think he's going to say, admirable conviction. Though I think I'd prefer to know what I was getting myself into.
That's not a luxury open to many people, us included. I have my faith to turn to instead. You should find something of your own.
How can you go through all this trouble and not understand why?
I told you already. I surrendered my memories for the sake of the mission. Shah's secrets must be protected. Duty demands it. Once I fulfill my mission, I can have my memories restored.
Yeah, because Dirge isn't as trusting as that, you know. He has a problem with... He has trust issues, so it's a big deal for him actually to be trusting this whole camp of people. He's going to let the matter... and he's not going to let the matter drop, because what I want to say next, I want to talk to her about Shah worship. Now, some of you remember from the last episode that I had a problem with Shadowheart. I got a lot of approval, I did all the right dialogue checks, but I made the mistake of using the friends cantrip, and this ruined my relationship with her. I didn't know it was going to do that, so I was really confused why she suddenly hated me. So we need to try and rebuild that relationship with Shadowheart as fast as we can, and some of you know exactly why. But yeah, I'm going to use these dialogue options now where he's like, well, actually, I want to talk about your Shah worship. He doesn't trust it. He doesn't believe in, like, blind faith.
You're straight to the point, at least. But still, I'm not sure you're ready for Shah's teachings. Not yet, at least.
So this gives us a big amount of approval if we get this dialogue check right. So he's going to say, well, I have no problems with Shah worshippers if that's what concerns you. He's not got a problem with Shah worshippers. Like, you know what, they're a bit dark, so is he. It's all good. Difficulty class of 5, so fingers crossed we've got this. Let's go. Oh, so close, actually. And we can't guide ourselves because we don't have the necklace at the moment. Shadowheart's normally the person who gives us guidance, so she's not going to do it on herself.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
He's not that up to date. He's not big on religion, so he's going to need a reminder. Remind me.
My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
Fascinating. Please. I don't think he'd say fascinating, but he'd go, please continue.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
When you put it like that, it seems strangely comforting.
There's comfort, yes. But often there has to be pain beforehand. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
Now that's the kind of philosophy Dirge can get behind, I feel. Death even. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm up for that. I'd be lying if I said it didn't sound convincing. You should tell me more sometime.
You're wiser than most. Many people balk at our doctrine. It's the reason why we cherish secrecy. You surprise me. And not in a negative sense, I must admit. Perhaps, once we've saved ourselves from the tadpoles, we can talk more on this.
Yeah, definitely. I'm up for that. Right, so we've got another good dialogue for approval here. I'm going to go, I want to get to know you more, Shadowheart.
You already know my biggest secret. What more can you ask?
Tell me something about yourself besides Shah, besides tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
So we did have that dialogue with Cordia, but I messed it up, so I'm glad that I can build the relationship with Dirge as well. You'll have to point out night orchids if we ever pass some.
It's a deal.
Sweet! Anything else you'd care to share?
No, I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memories suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
I've actually just finished Shadowheart's quest on my current playthrough off camera, so what is this mission you speak of?
That is not for you to know. Leave it at that.
Alright, okay. Respecting your privacy, respecting your secrets, Shadowheart. I have a few of my own. Let's go and talk to our little problem child over here, Astarion as Dirge.
I had the strangest dream last night. There was a visitor promising me protection and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our heads. Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream.
You assumed correctly, Astarion. Very astute of you. Again, we need to kind of save Astarion from himself. He's very power hungry. He wants to be able to protect himself from those who abuse the power. So I understand where he's coming from, but Big Brother Dirge, we need to protect him. I did.
Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us.
He doesn't trust it. I don't trust it. We should avoid using these powers.
Is there a reason you're such an utter drip? I mean, do you have some sort of condition? Honestly, it's like you hate good news. Did you actually want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun?
So he got a bit salty with us there, but we didn't get like a Astarion disapprove, so I think we're okay. He's just being himself, you know. He's just being stroppy. Our little toddler Astarion. I don't think I want to do any of these other things yet. I'm going to go and talk to Lae'zel. We'll save those for another day. Lae'zel! Big sister, how are you doing?
Glick. I had a dream. As we all did, I suspect. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. The parasite has taken root, it would seem. Every word, every promise, it is gate deception.
Again, Dirge hates the Mind Flayers for what they've done to him. So him and Lae'zel are on the same page here. You're right. We should ignore this dream figure at all costs.
A wise choice. These parasites are a threat to be destroyed, not an opportunity to be exploited.
Sweet. Okay, I'm trying to figure out our approach here, because we're currently outside the goblin camp. Dirge went on a bit of a murderous rampage, taking out most of the goblins, so we're kind of safe outside. But it's time to infiltrate and go and find this other drow. So Cordy is a drow, and she's heard about this goblin boss, Minthara, who is also a drow. And because her goddess is a Listery, and her whole thing is trying to get the drow on a path of light and, you know, being better people. She's like, I need to go and speak to this drow. Maybe I can convince her. Maybe I can get her to see the error of her ways. Maybe she needs help. Kat, is that you? Is it you again? What do you want? What do you want? myself. So, to infiltrate the goblin camp proper, the heart of the goblin camp, we need to look like Drow. We need to look like we belong there, basically. So I think what I'm going to do is have Shadowheart with me, because she looks kind of Drow-like, and also Astarion, because I think he can get away with being a Drow. And then I'm going to have Gale, but I'm going to be like, oh, Gale is my, he's my toy boy. He's just a male. I just use him for sex, kind of thing. Like, that's the vibe we're giving for Gale. Like, he's just my... That's just Gale. Don't worry about him. So yeah, that is what I'm thinking, because they don't like tieflings, right? They want to go and raid the Druid's Grove, which is where all the tieflings are hanging out. So Karlach and Will, I think they look a bit tiefling, so maybe we won't have those with us. I don't know about Lae'zel as well, like the whole Githyanki thing, but we know they like Drow. So that's my plan. I'm gonna also put on this outfit, which kind of looks like Drow clothing to me. My cat's messing with his box off camera. And also we need to go and find Volo. Volo went missing. Sorry about the cat noises. So we also need to go and find Volo. Volo went missing. He was, we found his diary. We think he got abducted by the goblins. So we definitely need to, we saw him at the goblin camp. He was kind of entertaining them. It looks like he's being kept prisoner. So he's got this book, an expert, shush cat, please. An excerpt from Volo's forthcoming guide to Goblin Society, My Life Among the Conquering Host. It has often been noted that goblins are cowardly, tending to flee from robust challenges and scattering far and wide if their leaders are felled. I tell you that this is not always so. How does he talk? The goblins of my recent acquaintance, fine though uncouth fellows by and large, have a fiery courage fueled by their love of the absolute. From the mighty magic-wielding booyah to the lowly muck-troubling pariah, it seems more than willing to fight, and indeed to die. For this new god, than even the most powerful, stalwart devotee of Helm or Tempest. I'm reading this badly, I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. So far, I have been unable to discover the domain or province of this emboldening deity, but with every hour that passes, I come closer to the truth of the matter. For now, know this, priests and trusted devotees of this god, even be they goblins, are capable of wielding most powerful magics that even I can conjure. Did I do a good Volo impression, guys? Let me know in the comments. Leave me a like if I'm good at doing Volo. So yeah, we need to go and find him as well, because he got taken deeper into the camp. So maybe even to the walk pens. So we also need to look for Halsin as well, who is the goblin camp, not the goblin camp leader, the leader of Druid's Grove, and he got turned into a big bear, we discovered, and we think he might be down in the walk pens. So that is also on our radar for today. Whether we get that far or not, I'm not sure. It depends how long this takes us. We're already half an hour in and I've not even left camp. I'm sorry, I know I talk too much. My stepdad actually watched one of my videos and said I was really boring. So thank you for watching me, guys, I guess. So my plan as well, actually, do you know what I need to do with Cordia? I need to speak with the animals before I forget. This wig is really itching me. Speak with the animals, and then with Shadowheart, because she actually has this spell we haven't used yet, Disguise Self, and this means that she can actually disguise herself as a drow. So I'm going to go, there's Femme Drow and there's Femme Strong Drow, and I think I'm going to go with that one, because she's going to be like my muscle, you know? It's like, don't mess with me. So she's like Karlach size now and looks just like a drow. I love her. Astarion, he kind of already looks kind of drow-like. He's not really got that kind of bluish grey skin colour. Stop turning your back on me, sir. But he does have this drow outfit. I do think I want to change it though to like a darker colour rather than that bright red. So I think I'm going to use the muddy red dye just to make him look a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more moody, a little bit more drow-like. There's also purple, but I don't really like the way it looks on this specific armour. So I'm looking for muddy red dye, that's the one. And we're going to change, because this is actual drow armor that we took off one of the dead drow who raided Joaquin's Rest, which is the whole raid. You know, it was the people in the fire. Karlach had to save them. She saved Councillor Floric, who told Will that his dad had been kidnapped by the goblins. So we also need to look for Will's dad. There's so much that we need to do. But first of things first, dye in our drow armor, which I think looks a little bit more sneaky, a little bit more badass, because he is a bit of a sneak thief, so I think that works really well for him. Another thing as well, I can't believe I forgot this. You should all shout at me in the comments when I forget things like this. Karlach went and got the dowry for that guy who was grieving his dead wife. They were going to the sister's wedding, they were farmers, they were going to give her this dowry, like she died, it was a whole thing, and we went and found the dowry ring and I forgot to give it to him. I can't believe I didn't return it to him, so we need to also go and do that at some point. I feel so bad that I stole it. Anyway, yeah, so Gale, I do feel like, obviously he's a human, but he does kind of look like he's just my consort, right? He's not even my consort. He doesn't have that much power. He's just my male that I'm using and abusing at the moment. So that's Cordia anyway. So I think what we need to do now is go to the goblin camp. I am so nervous about this, guys. You don't understand. And we are just going to walk in like we own the place. I am so scared this is going to go horribly wrong. Honestly, I might save before we even enter. Actually, do you know what I want to do? Just really, really quickly, before we go in, if we go back down here, now this is where Dirge was trying to push that guy off the edge and killed him in the last episode. But there's something that I wish I'd done sooner, basically. Because if we go over here and we go behind that waterfall, we can find out a little bit more about that goblin that likes poetry.
Some of these words are real pretty. But if the lads find out how much I enjoy it, they'll stick me on the spit.
What's that? What is that? Oh, I'll dig it up and see if there's anything special down there. Oh yeah, some good stuff. We'll take it. Does this goblin have anything on him? Nothing too important. I don't want to pick up everything we see, so I'm just going to leave that there. But we can head down here, like I say, underneath this bridge. There's like a little wash tub down here. Somebody's been washing their dirty pants. A lot of blood in those pants after that goblin raid. And we're going to jump over here, behind this waterfall, up here. Carefully.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Yeah, there's a trap. Astarion, could you get your butt up here, please? Your expertise is needed in this moment. Oh my god, stop running around near the trap. Come on, Astarion, you've got this, bro. Difficulty class of 15 is nothing for my rogue. Yeah, look at that. Amazing. 28. Easy peasy. And then, actually, if we go and look at these things...
Pull yourself together.
So this scrap of paper smells like wall piss. Most of the words are struck through. Lovely, man. I can't do a goblin voice. I've just used my voice. Lovely Minthara. I ain't never been to the Underdark. Grickus says there's beasties down there that make an ogre look like a baby gnome. But if I say anything as lovely as you grows among all the tasty mushrooms down there, it's the best place there ever was. In larger text, the writer has scribbled across his own work. Do Drow like being compared to mushrooms? Probably. He loves Minthara. I love this guy. So there's another note here. A scrap of paper containing what appears to be ideas for a love letter. Can't compare her to the moon or the stars or any of that rubbish because she lives underground. She ain't got any scabs or boils, so I can't compliment the best ones. Might think I'm too small. I'll tell her I'll buy a footstool for when we're kissing. Put some dead spiders in my hair next time I see her. Probably just send her some bits of the people what I killed. I kind of love it. I kind of love it. And I do wish we'd found all this before we'd spoken to him, because there might have been some extra dialogue. So if I do that off camera, and there is anything extra, I'll kind of insert it here. But if not, I just look really stupid, and let's continue. So also there's this box which is actually locked. So I'm going to get Astarion to come and lockpick this.
crooked touch.
Again, I do kind of plan ahead, so I knew I needed a Astarion with me for a few things here. Oh, there we go. Okay, he did it. Good thing we had those bonuses. And there's another letter in this box. And there's things as well in here, like, I don't know if he's planning on giving her some of these things, like, as gifts. He's got some camp supplies, some wine in there, so I don't know if he wants to, like, romance her. There's also a Great Axe +1. We don't really need that. I'm just going to go ahead and send that to camp. Hello? But there is this parchment, so let's have a quick read of this. It says, a childish doodle of a goblin presenting a fungal bouquet to a drow adorns this crumpled letter. Dear Your Excellency, and most prettiest Minthara, you might not remember me. I ain't nobody important after all, not yet. I was chasing chickens with the lads when you came to visit Boss Raglan. You looked right at me when you told him that if I was as good at killing humans as we were at plucking poultry, we might be worth a damn. Made me feel proper special to be recognised like that. Next raid, I'll spill so much blood the Absolute will have to notice me. Then I'll come to Moonrise and you'll notice me too. I'm the one with the stumpy leg and the gammy eye. Clagger. So I kind of love it. I'm really glad that we saved him, like, because like he loved poetry. I thought there's hope for him. Like, this guy has a soul. He's not just all about the killing and looting, you know. So yeah, Clagger, big fan of Clagger. I think there's maybe like 4 goblins that I want to keep alive. Like, I love Sazza, I like Clagger, and who's that? Who is talking? And the Booyah guy as well, the one with the books, the one that liked the one that was going to write his own history of goblins because he didn't like bolos. Like, I'm keeping him alive too. And there's another guy as well that we haven't met yet. All right, heading back over to the entrance then. This is where Clagger hangs out now. We did keep him alive. He did get a little bit poisoned, but he didn't die, thankfully. He's I think we healed him as well, did we, in the last episode? He's fine now. Let's have a quick chat.
Some coward move poisoning our drink. But we'll get him. You'll see.
I'm sure you will, Clagger. Can Gale say anything to him? Because Gale's the one that actually got the interaction to know that he loved poetry.
Some
no, same thing. Oh well, worth a try. I wonder if...
Keep your distance,
I think I can actually trade with him. Give me a second, guys. Can I... I think there's a way to trade with it. I'm sure there is. Wait, look, trade, let me trade.
But we'll get him. You'll see.
Oh, I wanted to trade with you, he wouldn't let me. Sad times. Maybe if I talk to him with Dirge, we can try and give him his letters back. I don't know.
How many die today?
All right, it is time.
Tomorrow?
The time has come, my little ones, to enter the goblin camp. I am going to save. Okay, this is where it might all go horribly, horribly wrong. I am genuinely a bit scared now. Let's go. Okay, let's talk to Sazza.
Oi! Ain't no party in here. Shut it, Graw. Olak cleared us. Got a visitor for the drow, I do. My arse. What's a true soul want with any mate of yours? Private business, that is. Raiding business. But if anyone wants a piss pot guarded, we'll call. Just get your friend branded proper. Right, Sazza? Got better things to do than... No, you don't. Come on, then.
Okay, we've got a chaser. Let's go.
Oh, come on now.
Saluna. As if mingling with a horde of goblins wasn't bad enough. Let's do what we have to do, then get out of here.
Okay, Shadowheart, I kind of think you're a bit hot when you look like that. It's distracting. But you don't have to tell me twice. I think I'm actually going to say for Cordia. Not your usual haunt, I take it.
Quite the understatement, but yes. Let's not linger in this place any more than necessary.
Right, we've got to chase Sazza. She left without us. She went this way, guys. Come on. I want to go and talk to Minthara. Like, I feel like she went up here, maybe? Yeah, like, if you do manage to follow her, she kind of goes up this way. Sometimes there's a guy getting pushed into the goblin pit here, and I like to into the spider pit, but he's not showing up in this playthrough for some reason. I think maybe because we spoke to Sazza.
A scrying eye. Best not do anything suspicious while it's watching.
Certainly you won't be because
What's
of
that
your
thing?
What are we waiting for? Spears are sharp. The lads are all riled up and ready.
You have already failed me once. And now you dare to question me.
I didn't mean nothing by it, your ladyship. Honest, I didn't.
Your life, much like your words, is meaningless, whelp. End the latter to save the former.
This thing's watching us.
Sorry to bother you, mistress. Got a message from the guards.
Yes?
We got visitors. Dunno who they are. Mercenaries, maybe?
Interesting. I wasn't expecting guests. The prisoner can keep his tongue. It's spikes I'll be removing.
Spikes? What are you talking about? Okay, so I guess we've had our introduction, so let's go over. I'm so scared of doing this wrong, guys. I'm so glad I've saved. Sazza, can you introduce us? I feel like we should just go and talk to her. She's the boss.
Mistress! It's me, your loyal servant, Sazza. I'm back, and I brought a friend.
A drow? Tell me, Sazza, did your misadventures take you to the Underdark?
They was in some rickety druid grove, mostly full of tieflings, but them intruders you're after were hiding out there.
I presume you dealt with my prey and massacred the rest?
Well, the thing about that is, they sort of massacred us. This mug helped me escape, though. I say we stick a few holes in her, show how grateful we are.
Sazza!
You feel a cold hand caress your mind as the drow praises you. Oh dear. Your prisoner is one of the Absolute's favorites, Sazza. A true soul.
Nah, it can't be. They was in the grove, hanging around with the tieflings.
Undercover, no doubt. Carrying out the Absolute's will. Oh, Sazza, you have made a grave error. And it will be your last. My spiders are hungry, little one. But before they feast, tell me where that grove is. And I may yet spare your life.
It's past the bridge, to the east. Big old gate covered in ivy. Don't hurt me, mistress, please.
I will not hurt you. My spiders will have that pleasure.
No, I mucked up, I'm sorry. But I didn't know who they was. They didn't tell me nothing.
Oh, she's one of those drows. I was hoping she'd be a follower of a listery like me, but she seems very lovely. Okay, so disappointment in Cody's heart right now that she's one of the mean drows, but also familiarity. This is what she grew up with. Her mum's probably like this. She's probably got sisters who are like this. So it's kind of nothing to her. It's usual drow behavior to her at the same time. So knowing what the drow are like, she's gonna choose the smart answer here and say what she wants to say. We can say, what I'd normally say is she's telling the truth she didn't know, but full disclosure, I really want that approval of Shadowheart. So I'm gonna play ball. I'm gonna, you know, we're in disguise, we're acting the part, so I'm gonna say, don't worry guys, I've got a plan for this. I'm gonna say, oh, I explained everything to her, she's just too stupid to understand.
A liar as well as a fool. I hope you're at least digestible.
It ain't true! Them's the bloody liars! Somebody help!
Through sheer luck, that pathetic worm has brought me the information I need. And it seems that the inhabitants of the Grove trust you. We can use that against them. You have a part to play in this slaughter. Return to the Grove. When my raiding party approaches, throw open the gate and signal me.
The fate of the Grove's inhabitants hangs in the balance. Killing the drow here would spare them, but it might be better to face her warband at the Grove itself, on familiar ground. On the other hand, participating in the slaughter as she asks may be the perfect way to earn her trust and access to the cult's inner circle.
Okay, full disclosure, in my first playthrough, because I'd released Saza and she blurted out the location of the Druid's Grove, Minthara knew, and I thought, oh, just play along, like, we'll figure it out as we go, like, I don't want to get on her wrong side, I don't want to fight her here in the middle of the Goblin camp and trigger everything, so I actually had the raid on Druid's Grove happen, and I was absolutely massacred. I betrayed Minthara at the gate because I was, like, acting like I was gonna go undercover. I warned them. I did the whole attack thing. It was really scary, and I got absolutely decimated by her spiders. So I actually, I re-rolled it. I reloaded the save and had like a proper plan. I went full military genius mode on that, and I did so well, and I was so proud of myself. But then I've also done other things in other playthroughs, and I do have a preferred method for this. So at this point, and again, I am jumping through hoops to make something happen here. Some of you know what it is, some of you don't, so I zip lips, but just know that I have a master plan with this. So I'm not gonna say I'm here to slaughter you. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna say, well, I want no part in this.
I do not intend to lead a suicidal charge. The goblins are expendable. I am not. The Absolute brought you here for a reason. To throw open those gates and crush our enemies.
Well, I have another matter to take care of first. So this is again part of the drow culture of being like, you're not the boss of me. I have my own agenda. That's the hand that she's playing. I have another matter to take care of first.
Take care of it, quickly. You are needed here, and my patience wears thin.
Okay, Mum.
Time to feed the
Quarries.
Okay, we need to get out. Okay. I want to see the goblin get thrown in the pit. Excuse me, I'm just going to run away. I'm going to run away and watch. Okay, this might go badly. This might go badly. Do I want to save? No, we've got this. We can do this. It's going to be fine. Oh my god. Gale, where's your cat? Gale, get your cat. Gale, your cat is required. Okay. Get distracted by the cat. Cat's here. Because they are going to throw her in the goblin pit, and I do not want that to happen. There we go. He's distracted. Okay. Guys. Oh, wait. Can I push him in? This might go horribly, horribly wrong, but I am saving Saza. I am committed. We need to be quick so we don't trigger the entire goblin fight, basically. Can I not get thingy on Astarion? Okay, just firebolt into the face. It's fine. Oh,
that won't work.
Okay, let's get over here. Let's get over here, and maybe I can throw him into the goblin pit. Oh, can you see the spiders down there eating the goblins? Okay. Okay, let's try the same again. Shove this goblin. Let's go. Oh, we did it. Look at them.
Oh, my children, yes, my drow children.
Okay, the yellow. So if they're red, it means that they're enemies. If they're yellow, it means that they're neither friend nor enemy at this point. It's fine. Okay. The next thing we have to do, we haven't been seen by the eye yet, so that's good. Okay. Where is... Okay. Astarion, can you hide? Hide. Okay.
No bloom.
Okay, we're not fighting the spiders. Can I exit combat? Enemy too close. I don't really know what to do right now. I'm gonna go and try. Oh, there's the eye. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I don't know what to do. In
striking distance.
And turn.
Got to focus.
Maybe if I just get that goblin deaded. I'm gonna let the spiders eat it. Do I hit my children? These spiders are friends, not food, by the way. They're different to the spiders in the Underdark. Okay, you can just hide, cat. You just hide. Okay. I kind of want to let them do it, but I also really want to finish him off and get out of this fight before it goes totally wrong. Okay, end turn. Sazza, are you okay? Where are you going, Sazza? Oh no, there's another goblin. Oh no. He's just walked right past us. We're okay. Oh no, no, we're not okay. Are we okay? Yes, we're okay. Okay. It's spiders.
Again.
Okay, let's just skip, let the spiders do it. Go on, spiders. Oh, you've got to hit him better than this guy. We did it. We did it.
Let me go. I'll sneak off and become a hermit. Won't cause trouble for nobody.
Okay, good job, Sazza. You get out of here. We love you. Bestie. Thank you for bringing us to the camp and introducing me to Minthara. Okay, that went incredibly well. I'm very pleased with that. Okay, what I want to do now... Look at these spiders. What I think I want to do now... Again, maybe I need a save for this. Everything is going according to plan. This is perfect. Okay, I kind of want to talk to these spiders. So I have got to speak with the animals, right? If I ungroup Cordia. And, oh, we got something there as well. We got this Assassin's Touch dagger. This is actually a really good dagger. Deathly Slumber deals an additional 1 to 4 necrotic damage to sleepers that are knocked out or sleeping. Now, in the last episode, I did explain that I want Dirge to be necrotic themed, being kind of this harbinger of death. So I'm going to send that to Dirge. She's like, present Dirge, check your inventory. Don't ask me about the logistics of that. And then can I jump down without getting too injured here? Probably not. I'm gonna go ahead and use a Misty Step in that case, because I want to talk to these spiders. Being a drow.
Yes, my desire. Closer, my sweet. I will wrap you and bind you and bite you and eat you.
Okay, I wish there was a drow option here. There should be a drow option. I really do think so. I don't know, have you not had your fill? I actually just fed you those goblins, so if you want more of where that came from, maybe you and I could be friends. So I'm going to say you should eat a goblin instead. They're delicious. If they know, they've just ate some. I'm just gonna go with guidance. I don't think I want to risk friends because we saw how that went for Shadowheart. I have got animal friendship. In higher difficulty modes, they might become hostile. Let's just try with the 10. Yeah, easy. That's fine. I'm a drow. Of course I can talk to the spiders.
Delicious, I do not know. But cruel and sharp, yes. Bindable and wrappable and biteable. Yes. You must open the door.
Okay, Scottish spider, you and I are going to be friends. I will open the door for you, but give me a little bit of time. There's a little bit that I need to do first before I get out of here. I think I'm gonna have to go out this way though. I don't think I can like actually get an angle to be able to jump out at the top. I don't think I can do that. So yeah, I think there's other ways out, but I'm just gonna jump through here. Okay, I can't, can I? I'm just gonna Misty Step through here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Don't ask questions. Everything's fine. I've been watching so the narrator, I can't remember her name, I'll put it up on screen, but the voiceover, the narrator of this game, she's been playing a playthrough of it as well, and I've been watching her, and her character is great. She's playing a Dirge character without too many spoilers, but she's really nice. And so I feel like, I don't know, I just think it's such a cool concept. Let's regroup. I'm so glad that we saved Sazza, and we're still in Minthara's good books without having triggered the raid. Basically, depending on the options you pick there, Minthara can actually leave and just go to the raid, and it's like, that's it, the raid's happening. So we haven't instigated that, we're okay. We've got time, guys. Okay, so I think we're safe. I think they've accepted us as one of their own. If anyone questions anything, we'll say we're friends with Minthara. Let's go and have a look around. Let's see what we can find. What's in this room? Volo! Oh, it's Volo! Let's try and not get him into trouble this time. Let's see if we can help him rescue Volo. So this is one of our missions. Volo, are you okay?
Don't go bothering my pigeon. He's mine.
Oh, it's just he was so entertaining before. I wanted a repeat performance. So I see. Do you have plans for this pigeon?
Keep him safe. Listen to him coo. Till I gets hungry or some such.
Oh.
What's it to ya?
Oh, I think she might be planning on eating him. We really should get him out of here. I was just admiring him. I'd like one of my own.
Then catch one on your own.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
So I do have options like this one where I can just force her to set him free. But I know the route that I want to go down. I don't know why I want to do it this way, but I do. Oh, I've taken a shine to this one. How much do you want for him?
More than you've got, mate. I likes him. But, how much do you got?
So she's going to have a quick panic. She's like, well, I don't want her to tell her that I've got a lot of money on me because she might attack me for my money. She might rob me if she knows I'm rich. So I'm going to go, but I also don't want to offend her and be like, I want to offer something reasonable. So she's going to offer her a modest sum.
Pigeon's worth more than that times a begonian.
Well, how about a lord's ransom?
Ugh, I could buy 12 pigeons with that much. Here's the key. Pigeon's all yours.
Nice doing business with you. Volo, look at this mess you've got yourself into.
Ah, my friend, we can speak freely. I'm in no hurry to take my turn on that spit out front. Perhaps you'd be so kind as to unlock this cage?
Of course, but first of all, how did you end up in this place? Like, we know that he came here of his own accord because he was writing, like, kind of like a David Attenborough style narrative on the pack behaviour of goblins. Like, he got himself into this mess, but we're going to ask him anyway. How did you end up in this place?
Curiosity, my friend. It didn't benefit the cat, but it's the foundation of my career. Though I admit I've hit something of an impasse. Please, unlock my cell.
All right. Oh, what? Just asking questions. What career could possibly involve getting locked up by goblins?
Volothamp Gedam, realm-renowned author, and tastemaker at your service.
What's an auteur? I don't think we have those in the Underdark. All right, I'll get you out.
Bless you, my friend. I'll wait nicely, but please don't tarry.
I've got the key, right?
Aha! I knew I could count on you, my friend. We mustn't tarry, but I'd hate for our friendship to end here. Please, won't you meet me once we've both slipped the goblin yoke?
Well, are you going to be okay? A fine mess you've landed yourself into. How did you get caught?
Why, by design, my friend.
Oh.
How better to learn the ways of a people than to live among them? I dare say the experiment has proven most fruitful, too. I'll be happy to share my findings once we've found somewhere safe to parley.
Well, I am getting kind of a first-hand experience. They seem lovely, actually. Have you met Saza? Slip the yoke? How do you intend to do that exactly? And are you going to be safe or do you need protection? Because Shadowheart is very big and strong right now.
An invisibility potion, my friend. A bit less refined than your mendacious methods, but by God, it'll do the trick.
Go to my camp. We'll talk there when we're both safe.
Smashing! Soon, my friend. Soon we can share a flagon of something liquid and a tale of daring do. I'll slip away when the coast is clear. See you soon, my friend. I simply can't wait to pick your brain!
I'm I'm sure there's quite a lot to pick out in my brain right now. I do have a tadpole in it. I think I'm going to drop Shadowheart's disguise now. We're we're mates with Minthara. What could possibly go wrong? And I do want her to look like herself. Perfect. Okay, I want to get that sweet, sweet approval with her as well, because it's still fair, but we're kind of doing a lot of things that's just kind of like nudging it up bit by bit. So let's go and see if there's more approval to be found. No, I don't want to shut the door. Oops. Never mind. Oh, Gale, could you just... where's your cat, Gale? Group your cat again. And maybe you just want to have a look at that note there. It says, Dearest Elminster. I'm sure you've heard of him, right? Dearest Elminster, I must be brief as I'm under some duress. I'm not going to do Volo's voice the whole time, guys. Having become the esteemed guest of a rambunctious host of goblins, I would, of course, rather be under duress than under a feathered duvet, for danger and adversary are the very ink in my well. So this is good news indeed. As you well know, there is no wit quicker and no tongue more silvered than that of your humble friend and scribe, and by regaling my would-be foes with tales of goblin heroics, I have become an indispensable member of their tribe. I mean, she did say she was going to eat you if she got bored of you. Namely their chronicler and bard. In this guise I shall live among them for a while, so that I may observe their peculiar habits and rituals as closely as possible. All of this shall, of course, be documented in my next magnum opus, My Life Among the Conquering Host, to be available at all good booksellers forthwith. An enticing extract is enclosed with this very missive. I implore you to spread the word so that adventurers and curiosity seekers across the Sword Coast and beyond will be aquiver with anticipation of this life-extending and soul-enriching guide. And with that, I must depart. I am summoned to sing a ballad of my own composition, and the lady, yes, I call her a lady, who delivered the summons is rather impatient, so not to mention well-armed. Truth be told, I believe she has some, dare I say, deep affection for me. She calls me her pigeon and rarely strays from my side. Perhaps there shall be a chapter in my book regarding goblin marriage rituals. I bulk at nothing in my quest for knowledge. She was going to marry her? She was going to eat you! Until we meet again, inform the world entire of the diligent research I am undertaking, and ensure word of my upcoming masterwork is on the lips of every innkeeper and sellsword from Waterdeep to Baldur. I don't know that one. Volo. Cool. I do wish that Gale had something to say about Elminster without too many spoilers. He is quite a famous wizard in D&D, and I feel like Gale would have heard of him. So it is a shame that he doesn't say anything if he reads that. There's some other bits and bobs in here. There's some camp supplies and things, but nothing majorly important.
Walking death.
I'm gonna go across here. She's gonna have a peek in that room, but be like, he seems a bit weird. What's going on over here? I can hear screams. Oh, this isn't good.
Come on, scream! Scream or bag! Oh, a drow. I didn't see you there. Please, if you want to have a try.
Oh, so sometimes you get Shadowheart being like, she kind of pops in and says like, oh, you should say that you'll torture him or something. I'll put that in as a little clip here.
Poor lad. I could give you peace, you know. But no. You gotta keep silent, don't you? Where do they flee to, you stubborn rat?
Please, stop!
Here to see your friend, have ya? Come and join him if you like.
Say we'll take over. His work is sloppy. He'll kill the prisoner too quickly.
Have at it! What? You shy or something? Fine. Muck it up, and the drow will have your head. Come on, Grush. There might still be a slurp of ale to be had.
I don't know why she's not saying it right now. It seems to happen when I play with Dirge. Why are you torturing him?
The git didn't want to work with us. Tried to keep the whereabouts of his gang a secret. So now we're teaching him his place. Of course, now that you're here, we'd gladly let you take over.
Well, I am a drow. I am effectively your boss. So, what I don't try, I get results. Move aside. So this is because, like, she doesn't want him hurting him anymore, so she's pretending that she's going to torture him so that she can free him, basically.
Oh, of course. There's weapons in the fire if you want them. We'll leave you to it. Come, Grush. Let's go. I don't think I got the stomach for this. I want to watch that weird priest next door.
Weird priest?
Sounded like he was beating something up. Oh, yeah, beating it good.
What? The prisoner?
Oh, forget
Okay, I think they've gone. Let's go and talk to him. Liam, is that you? Are you one of the adventurers from Druid's Grove? Oh, I didn't mean to click on the thing. I want to click on him. Let me do it.
Please. Let me out. There's no reason for this.
Oh, relax. I'm not going to leave you here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I can pick the lock. I'm going to get Astoria to do it. Be patient. I'll be right back.
Please, hurry.
Having said that, I think if I have Astarion do it, I think the dialogue check goes to him, and I kind of want it myself, so I'm just going to lockpick it. Fingers crossed this works for me. I can have Shadowheart guide me. I can use Bardic Inspiration. I feel like I want to save that, though. We've got this. We can do it. Oh, can I? Can I do it? No, I can't. Oh, oops. Use more thieves' tools. We've got loads. It's fine. It's fine. There we go. I've done it that time. Oops. Get down. Shh. Be quiet.
Thank you. I better go before they catch us. I should be able to make it to the Grove on my own. They need to know they're in danger.
Wait. Tell me, have you seen a druid called Halsin?
Halsin? I don't know. He changed into a bear, but I lost sight of him. I don't know if he's still alive.
No, I think he is. I think they said he's in the walk pits, actually. Do you know the direction? And what did the goblins want with you?
The Grove. To the east. They wanted to know where we came from. They'll kill everyone. Please, I need to warn them.
Yes, you should definitely do that. But first, you came looking for something called the Night Song, didn't you? What is that? Can you tell me any more?
Yes. It should be here somewhere. They said there was a hidden passage underneath this temple. The place was supposed to be abandoned, but when we arrived...
She's not asking about treasure. She's not a treasure hunter, but go on. Where can I find the Night Song?
Brian had instructions, but the goblins got him. They said they'd eat him. I have to go. I have to get out of here.
Oh yes, they did actually. He's on a spit outside. The dwarf? Yes, sorry about that. There was nothing I could do for him. He was already on the spit. I didn't eat him though. I'm not like Dirge. Well, wait a second. People keep talking about this Night Song. It seems important. What does it do exactly?
I don't know. The boss didn't say.
He just said some wizard called Laroakan would reward us if we found it. That's all.
Oh, Gale, Laroakan, you know him, right? You said he was a prick. Okay, go, yes, quick. I think you can probably go that way. It seems like a secret exit. Okay, I actually want to follow him out here. A fate worse than death. Okay, let's go. Okay, well, at least we have a little secret escape route should the need arise. Okay, there is like a little cubby hole here, this collapsed burrow. I think he'll be okay. It looks like he's got a clear path. And he's, you know, he's used to running around the forest. I'm sure everything's fine.
Avoid that trap.
Oh yes, we should definitely avoid those traps. But sorry, could you actually just check that chest, see if that has any traps on it? It doesn't, but I'm going to get him to lockpick it. Oh, actually, I want Shadowheart. No, I'll guide him. I'll guide Astarion. Shadowheart can guide me. Beautiful, we did it. Cool. Okay.
Still in control. Just.
Excuse me. Okay, so we've got some good stuff. We've got this glowing shield. Once per short rest, if you are below 50 hit points, 50% hit points, and take damage, you gain 8 temporary hit points. I think Shadowheart carries a shield. Yeah, she does, and it's just a basic +2 shield. So I'm going to switch those out and give that to Shadowheart because it's slightly better than what she has. Gale has a +3 shield, and he needs the armor class because he's a little frail wizard boy. So yeah, we're going to. Like, I feel like that's a good decision. Let's go back in. Hopefully they won't realise that we released him. If they ask, we murdered him and threw him in the river. Okay? Okay. That's the plan. So actually I think what I'm going to do right now is switch out to Dirge for a little while, and we'll kind of check in with what his group is up to.
Light on my feet.
I like the idea that like Dirge and this group kind of held back because Cordy's group had the idea of like, we'll disguise ourselves as drow, we'll go in, we'll kind of talk our way in there. Dirge was like, we'll be back up, just blow the goblin horn, if the ogre horn, if you get into trouble, and we'll come in kind of sword swinging. Yeah, so what I do want to do though is just you know, tidy up any messes, anything we may have forgotten to do. You know, we want to make sure our escape route, I don't know why I'm talking like Cordy right now. We do want to make sure our kind of like escape route is pretty clear, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll just pop up here. And just take, no, stop getting down. Oh no. Stop. Do you know what, Lae'zel, you can do it. No.
Never a dull moment.
Judge, will you get over here, please? Just creep. There we go. Okay, good job, Dirge. Okay, let's make sure we don't accidentally jab Lae'zel. We want to get this guy here. Okay, everything's fine. I need to stop talking like Cordia. Let's run across here. Also, like, happy birthday Baldur's Gate. I follow like Larian Studios and stuff on Twitter, and all like a lot of the cast members as well. I kind of watch a lot of those on kind of YouTube and stuff, and they have, and TikTok as well, and they've been celebrating, it's a year since Baldur's Gate was released, so they're having a bit of a celebration, and that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, happy birthday Baldur's Gate. Thank you for being such an awesome game and bringing me literally hundreds of hours of fun. So I'm gonna hide. Now you can actually sneak past these guys without triggering a fight, but Cordia did just send Dirge this Assassin's Touch weapon, and maybe we want to try this out. So I'm going to make that his main hand weapon and give him the Spell Sprinkler as his second weapon, and we'll get rid of this boring old +1 dagger. And yeah, we'll test out this dagger because it does say that it does extra damage against people who are knocked out or sleeping. And yeah, I think we should give this a quick try. See how this does. Yeah, it seems pretty effective. Let's just sneak again.
All right.
And we'll creep over to this guy. Did he just wipe his dagger on his sleeve? Did I see that? yeah, again, he's just thinking about everybody's safety, guys. Like, Dirge just wants to keep everybody safe. You know, he wants to make sure we have an escape route because he really cares about Cordia. Literally, she's the girl of his dreams right now. And he just wants, you know, she's not quite as strong as him. He just wants to make sure she can run away should the need arise. Shh, people are sleeping. Who's being so loud? Let's get this guy. This is going very well. Oh, he likes his new sword. I don't need any attention right now. Yeah, he did wipe his... I just want a little finger. Look at how bloody he is already. Okay, and this one? Yeah, he made pretty short work of them. Yeah, that was pretty decent. So now we can jump up and down here without worrying about waking anybody up, which is, you know, really, we were just being considerate.
Time to press ahead.
So there is a little treasure thing here that we can dig up. Again, I just want to kind of show you guys where all the good stuff is, because maybe you're playing this yourself, maybe you've missed things, you know, I want to help you guys out. And so really good camp supplies. These are quite heavy though, so I'm going to go ahead and send those straight to camp. We don't need that sword, send it to camp, but we'll go ahead and take these bits and bobs. Okay, all good stuff. So this way over here, it's basically, it's another sneaky way into the camp. You can kind of jump down from that statue in Moonhaven, the one that the Shadowheart stops at. You can kind of like jump down there if you've got someone who's good at jumping, or use Featherfall. And it's just a sneaky way in if you want to do that. There's also some stuff around here, like some balsam. But again, I can get a lot of that stuff off camera. I don't need to necessarily show you guys all the things right now. So yeah, we have a little sneaky way into the goblin camp. Let's go over here. So again, maybe some of you don't know about this secret entrance. I want to show you all the things. If we examine it, it's... A good punch will probably finish it. Yeah, a good punch might damage it, but it's actually resistant to a lot of different types of damage. Bludgeoning damage will work. It's resistant to piercing, but it will work if you're persistent. But it is vulnerable to force damage. And I know a little warlock who's in our company at the moment who is actually particularly good at force damage. Will, can I select you? And he's got Eldritch Blast, which does force damage. And he's got some extra stuff on there. It's, you know, uses his charisma modifier, which I think is +3 to do extra damage. So yeah, he's going to make short work of that wall. It's a cantrip as well, so we don't have to worry about spell slots running out. All good stuff. Okay, let's go into creepy mode. And we're going to go through the collapsed corridor. Okay, so again, Dirge is like, I don't know how Cordia is. I don't know what the situation's like. Everything looks pretty calm. I can't see any dead drows lying around right now, which is probably a good sign. So maybe we're okay. Oh, Globe of Invulnerability. That's a really good spell. Really, really useful. I've been playing with a family member, and they got into quite a big scary fight in a bad situation, but they had one of those globes, a really low level as well. And I was like, use your Globe of Invulnerability. You need to use that right now, or you're not going to survive. And it worked perfectly. So there's another chest over here. At the moment, we're right above the kind of main entrance that we ran through before. What do we have here? Oh, some good stuff as well. Shatter, Fly, Banishment, and a boring old ring. So we'll take that. So again, I feel like, you know what? He thinks everything seems okay. Oh, I think I can actually hear them talking. So, you know, maybe we don't have to hide. Maybe we can just go in. Maybe we can walk around freely. I think she's talked her way in. So let's. Oh yeah, let's. Walk in death. I can smell her. My dragon sense is tingling. I know where she is. Follow me, guys. Absolutely covered in blood. I mean, who is gonna mess with him? Do you know what I mean? Who is gonna challenge that? I've got some tieflings from the grove. I'm going to torture them and find out where the thing is. Speaking of torture, so there's a bit of a difficult scene coming up, guys. So, you know, I will say trigger warning for physical abuse. things like that. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but listen, you know the kind of game this is. Cordio, where are you? I can smell you. I'm over here. Is everything safe? I'm gonna unhide. We're gonna have a quick switcheroo because again, I'm here for the sweet companion approval today. And there is some to be had in the next room. So let's ungroup everybody. We're rearranging the groups right now. And Dirge, right. I would like you to take Astarion, Shadowheart for this, and I think Lae'zel for this one. Do I want to take Lae'zel? Yeah, we'll grab Lae'zel, and we're gonna head into the next room and see what's going on in there.
Didn't he call himself a mouse?
I'm watching ya. Spike promised that any meat that falls off is mine.
Not if I get there first. I like my meat. I'll fight you for it. And who's this guy? Torturous Spike?
Look who's here. The little party pooper. At least let me enjoy the beer.
He might have bad facial recognition. I have this. I can't remember the name. It's like prognostosia or something. It means that I'm bad at recognizing faces. So yeah, but yeah, I'm a dragonborn. The person who stopped you doing the torture was a drow. So learn the difference. What's this book here on receiving her grace?
Let's see what this does.
Diagrams of bodies twisted into impossible shapes cover the pages, while handwritten notes fill the margins. Be wary of your mortal limitations. While it is tempting to allow pain's ecstasies to sweep you away, particularly during a delicious bout of self-flagellation, broken bones hinder worship of our maiden of pain. Shadowheart, anything to do with you? Is this sharp?
Over and over.
Instead, when the body is spent, focus on a whipping, or perhaps nail removal. No, I've been there, done that with GTA 5, not into it, guys. Players or a blade is recommended. To ensure Leviatar may forever Leviatar, not Charmin, may forever revel in your agony, as is her right. So, okay. It does sound like it's up Shadowheart's street though. It sounds like it's her vibe. The first time I did this playthrough, I just avoided this room. I think I spoke to him and I was like, I'm out. This is not my cup of tea. It's definitely a bit of a kink that the game is leaning into. I want to show you everything there is to show you, more or less, with this game, so we are going to do it. Also, we are going to get a little bit of approval, so it's kind of worth it. You get a cool buff if this goes well. It's not my cup of tea. And just fair warning, it might be a bit much for some of you, but just skip ahead if this isn't something you kind of want to watch or indulge in. But it is quite important to my storyline of this specific playthrough, because I feel like Astarion's working through some things here regarding his own background and the abuse that, you know, he suffered at the hands of Cazador, who was his, you know, vampire lord, you know, he's definitely got some stuff to kind of process himself. Dirge, I feel as well, you know, he has this really violent past, so maybe there's something about deserving it that he feels. I don't know. Let's just go and talk to this guy. He reminds me as well, like, if you've ever watched Die Hard 3, which I love that movie, but what's his name? What's his name in it? Oh, what's his name? Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons in Die Hard 3 mixed with his girlfriend in that movie. This is this guy. You'll see it.
Greetings, child. I've met few aside from goblins here. Ah, are you also here to assist with the prisoner?
What prisoner? We've already disposed of him.
The gentleman being held next door. My acquaintance is working on him, I believe. While I was thrilled to be invited here, I must confess, I find the goblins and their methods crude and primitive. Pain without purpose is a terrible thing. Wouldn't you agree?
Shadowheart, any thoughts? Ooh, what do I want to say here? He's not opening up to him, you know. I like this one for Dirge. As long as the story ends in death, it's all the same to me. But I kind of want to know who invited him. Who invited you? A goblin?
Yes, he's just over there. Between you and I, his claims of mastery over pain are unfounded. Pain should be intimate and loving, not violent and brutish. Alas, he... Forgive me, but that look in your eyes, something terrible has happened to you.
Contemptible blood pervert. He doesn't trust him. He's not opening up to him, right? So I'm going to say, clever man. How did you know? A little bit sarcastic.
Because I see those same eyes when I look in the mirror, dear one. We've all suffered in these dark times. It is little wonder you bear scars of pain and anguish. Please, let me alleviate this pain.
Dude, I'm not the one who's scarred here. You should see those goblins outside. Why are you so interested? Again, trust issues.
Well, the Maiden of Pain, Loviatar, teaches us that pain is a most powerful and sacred sensation. And should our pain delight her, should we embrace such a gift, she will grant her most sacred of blessings. If you would permit it, I can show you firsthand.
Go ahead. I'm sure you're in need of a little penance.
By all means. Let us see what his skilled hand might get up to.
I must see this. Don't you dare say no.
This man is of common stock. Only the poorest of men need settle for the spectacle of their own gore.
See, Dirge doesn't like him. Dirge is like, this guy's not my vibe. I like touch me and you'll lose your hand. But he's trying to impress Shadowheart and Astarion, so I saw your book. Let me try some of those techniques.
My, an eager student indeed. Those are advanced devotions. The mistress would approve. Indicate which instrument calls to you, and let us put it to work.
I am not in a gentle mood. Use the dagger, and then I'll use my special dagger on you.
A most excellent choice. Both Loviatar and I are interested in how you handle pain, dear one. And should you delight her, you will most assuredly receive her most gracious blessing. Trust me. Simply face the wall, and we can begin.
Again, like, I am not kink shaming anyone here.
Face the wall and let us begin, dear one.
I'm going to, mate. I think you might get an extra bonus if you take your armor off, but I'm just going to do it straightforward. Yeah, I know this is...
Yes, this will do nicely.
Yeah, I know some people do get something cathartic out of doing things like this, so again, not shaming anyone. It's not my cup of tea.
The pain you suffer will cleanse you. Do not fight it.
He's gonna go intimidation. That's the most dirge-like one to do. I do want to pass all these checks, guys, so wish me luck. Come on, a child can hit harder than that. He's gonna go with the goading route. I'm nervous. Come on, we have to do this. Oh, have we done it? I think we've just done it. Oh, if you beat it, you beat it. Beat it. Beat it. Very apt music for this scene. What was I going to say as well? Oh, I can't, because you ungroup for this, like it automatically ungroups. We don't have the guidance at the moment. Okay, let's go.
You want more? As you wish, dear one.
Don't wear him out entirely, priest. I might have use for him yet.
Show hard. Later.
Wonderful. Just wonderful.
You look tired. Should I take over? Come on, dude. Yeah.
Wonderful. You want more? I'll give it to you.
Not the worst technique, priest. Good wrist movement. Lots of enthusiasm.
That's it! Welcome the pain. Let it become part of you.
Hit me as hard as you can, or I'll return the favor. Come on, this is the last one. We've got this. It's only a 5. Oh, easy. Tripled it. Quadrupled it. We are the best at this. He has got the advantage of having like literal dragon scale armor, so...
I hope that's a promise, dear one.
Sir?
Sweet child, you bore the pain like a true believer. I could feel Viatar's pleasure with every slice of my dagger. I am proud to have served you this penance.
I don't feel like we need to keep up the intimidation. It was an interesting experience.
Interesting is an understatement, dear one. Loviatar herself found your performance inspiring. She has deemed you worthy of her blessing. And on a personal note, thank you. That was positively divine.
Let's just have a look at...
Strange customs.
Don't group me with the likes of them.
I need to see that again.
True.
Ask him if you can do the penance thing too.
What?
Get in there. We might learn something.
So they're doing it now. Okay, well, that happened.
I think you would enjoy... Yes, this is perfect.
Good axe. Is he gonna live through this? He's only got 15 hit points. Oh, he might die.
Pain is proof that we live. Revel in it.
Oh, let me try that fancy whip thing after.
Now is not the time to ask that.
So funny. Is he gonna survive? Oh, 6! Oh, I feel like he's not gonna be alive for much longer. Oh no, he's only hit him twice. Okay. You live to fight another day.
Started squealing yet? Cause as if you're drinking. Job must be done, yeah?
Ah, as good as, boss. Got a professional working on him right now.
That's a fact. Hope so. For your sake. Plenty of room next to the piggy if you're lying.
Piggy? What piggy? Okay, yeah, so I feel like Dirge is completely unimpressed by that. He's kind of like,
Just mash him somewhere else. I don't get it.
that was nothing to me. I get attacked, I get hurt all the time. I'm always fighting. Like, it's just weird to let someone do it, kind of thing. But we did get a really nice little buff here, Leviathar's Love. So this gives us a +2 bonus to attack rolls and wisdom saving throws. So that is nice. I think it's only until we long rest, if I remember correctly. Yeah, cool beans, man. Let me just group everybody together. And I'm just going to have everybody kind of come out here again for a second, because I do have a bit of a strategy for how I want to handle everything there is to do in this goblin camp. We're not going to do it all today, I don't think. I don't think we're going to have enough time, but we're going to set some things up ready for the next episode at least. I want to kind of like lay the ground rules, and I do have a strategy for how I want to achieve this. So Dirge, you probably need to heal a little bit, mate. You're looking a bit rough around the edges. Open your rib cage. Potion of greater healing is probably going to do it. Yeah, sweet, we did it. Yeah, so how do I want to handle this? There are 3 leaders of the goblin camp. We spoke to Minthara already. We also have Priestess Gut and Draw Ragslane. So we're going to have, what's that guy doing? So we're gonna have one group go to Priestess Gut, one group go and check out Draw Ragslane. I do have a specific method for this, which I'll kind of explain later. Draw Ragslane is going to be Cordia, Shadowheart, Lae'zel, and who else? Maybe Astarion. No, we'll have Gale with us. Come on, Gale, you're with us. Priestess Gut is going to be Dirge, Astarion, Karlach, and Will, I think. I think that's the way I want to do this. So I'm going to go to Priestess Gut first. Let's head out over here. She's kind of in this big main area. Dirge is like, let's go and check out what's going on down there. Yeah, I like this. Okay. So she's out here. She seems to be branding people.
Absolute's looking out for me now.
Let's talk to a few of these people.
Look at this. That's God's mark.
I mean, it's something.
Never felt so strong. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing all right, mate. I don't know how I feel about this branding.
What's up for discussion?
You here to get branded too? Priestess reckons we should get marked up before the next raid. Make sure whoever we're sticking it to knows we're doing it for the absolute.
The next raid, you say? Who would that be on? Give us a heads up. Okay, let's talk to her.
Now here's somebody special. The Absolute has touched you, hasn't she? Priestess Gut needs to touch you too. Hold out your arm so I can mark your flesh.
A priestess. One of the leaders, no doubt about it. Let's make her squeal.
What's that? Tell your friend to keep quiet, or he'll lose his good eye.
Will, have some sneakiness to you. Again, Will's dad was taken. Like, the goblins did a raid on Joaquin's Rest. We got there. We kind of helped Councillor Floric to escape. She said Will's dad, who is like Duke Ravengard of Baldur's Gate, this really important guy, has been taken by the Absolute. So we don't know exactly where he's gone, but we think they've taken him to Moonrise. So Will is quite understandably upset with the goblins. He is like looking for revenge. We're going to play this a little bit cool. Ignore him. Tell me about the Mark Priestess.
Ready for the fire, are ya?
I assume this mark has a purpose.
Shows our devotion to the Absolute. These maggots see how strong we are with her guidance. Whole camp will be branded soon, and you should be too. You ready? Brace yourself. This'll sting.
I have no intention of letting her brand me. I do like the option. I have always wanted to smell my own burning flesh for Dirge, but we're not doing that. I'm going to choose option 3. Actually, I'd rather not go through with this, but I'm going to rephrase it to, I have no need for such a mark. My authority speaks for itself with my blade. Something like that is more Dirge, but we're going to pick option 3.
Maybe you don't need it. After all, you're special, ain't ya? Like me.
She probes your mind, tangling your thoughts with hers. A familiar sensation. She too carries a parasite. Darkness seems to swallow the temple, leaving you with a vision of the goblin priestess receiving instruction from a handsome young man, one of the chosen. The vision dissolves away. You stand before the goblin priestess in the temple once again.
So Dirge in this moment is going to be like, who was that guy? Like, I want to know more about who that was. Push deeper into her mind.
Her faith floods into you, a tide of shuddering ecstasy. Her tadpole nestles within that mania, secure, hidden.
I feel you in there. Digging around. Works both ways. And I saw some weird shadows swimming around in your head just now. Maybe I can help with that. Us true souls gotta look out for one another.
I'm going to say Dirge is ever so slightly on the back foot there. Like, there's just something about those shadowy figures that he can't explain it, but there's something that's unsettling him about that. He's going to say, can we talk privately? This is a sensitive matter.
Of course. Don't want this rabble interfering with true soul business. Let's go to my chapel.
Oi! Priestess! We want the mark!
Yeah! Ain't we good enough for the Absolute?
We're more important. Get in line, mate. Okay, so she's going in this room. Okay, she's gone in here, so let's follow her in this room and go and speak to her.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Oi, come. Ready to clear your head?
What exactly are you going to do?
Whatever the Absolute tells me to. Don't worry, she loves you. I can tell.
So, the thing with these options, I'm going to be a little bit out of character for Dirge right now, and it's because I want a specific outcome to happen. I can't use Cordia, which I'll explain in a second, but I'm just going to explain this kind of out of character moment by him feeling a little bit vulnerable and on the back foot because of that shadowy figure that he saw. So I'm going to say, all right, I'm ready. He's kind of thinking, let's see what she does.
Don't want a crowd of gawpers. Everybody else needs to leave.
Oh, we got a star in disapproval. No. Okay, guys, out you go.
Quick step.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'm a big, strong boy. What's she gonna do? Now, just letting you guys know that one option here is that you can come to this little area here and jump across and get into the room. So you don't actually have to leave. There's a sneaky way of getting in. But we're just gonna hang around outside the door being like, all right, fine, boss says to leave,
No time
we'll
to
leave.
rest.
We know Dirge can handle himself, that kind of thing.
Ready to clear your head?
Yes, I'm ready. Also, like, Dirge hates the illithid. He hates the tadpoles. If this woman could get it out of his head, then, you know, he's going to give it a shot. If something goes wrong, he can always just jab her with his dagger. You know, he's fine. Yes, I'm ready.
Smart. All you need to do is open yourself to the Absolute. And I'll do the rest.
Psionic feelers creep across your mind like a pickpocket's fingers seeking flaws in fabric.
So my neighbours are doing some building work and I can hear that they've started again. So you might hear some wood scraping, some drill noises. I'm sorry, I can't schedule my life around what they're doing. We're just gonna knuckle down and stick with it. Okay, allow her to rummage through your memories.
Sifting deeper, she sees the mind flayer holding a wriggling tadpole to your eye. And then the vision lurches. And you are looking through her eyes as a tadpole squirms into her skull.
Helps! We need to fish that thing out before it eats any important parts of your brain.
So again, there's definitely something up with her. My instincts on my original playthrough was like, oh, we don't trust her. Like, she's definitely a baddie. But again, he's kind of desperate to get this thing out of his head. Most of my brain is a wreck. Just do what you will.
Don't you worry. I've got everything I need to fix you. Might get a bit messy, though.
What exactly does your plan involve?
It involves you putting your trust in the Absolute. Simple.
Well, he doesn't do that, but I'm ready.
You won't regret this. Being a true soul, you know the Absolute don't like to touch nothing unclean. So drink this. It'll purify ya.
Okay. So, again, like, I feel like as well to explain this, he's kind of thinking, at least I get some more information about this Absolute, right? I'll keep it talking, more information. You know, I feel like he can probably think, I can tank this potion. He's just going to drink it. Well, actually, he doesn't know what it is, so he's going to say, what is the potion for?
It's a liquid blessing. It'll cleanse you. And it tastes better than that rot gut at the party.
Yeah, about that potion at the party.
That's it. Down the hatch. Now get out of my way. I need another drink.
Oh no, what happened?
You poisoned us!
He's like, do you know what? Desperate times. He's gonna neck the potion.
Sweet dreams. I'll see your ugly mug on the other side. Wakey, wakey. Don't bother struggling. You ain't going nowhere. The Absolute wants to know all about that critter in your head. So start talking.
I know nothing. I'm an amnesiac. Little better than a walking corpse.
Liar! We've both seen the monster that put it there, and I know what happens next.
You're infected. It's going to happen to you, too.
Stop trying to confuse me. You're a liar. Everything's clear since the Absolute chose me. You're the one that's broken. Do you even know who you are anymore?
This one is OP. I know I'm going to kill you. How about that?
You ain't gonna lay a finger on me. You're finished. And I don't have to do nothing but wait. That thing inside your head is gonna eat your brain from the inside out. And eventually your skull will split and you'll cough up a mess of tentacles.
You won't live to see it. Trust me.
You might have put up a fight in another life, freak. But not in this one.
I hope I transform, and then I can gorge myself on your unworthy beef.
Not likely. You're forgetting one thing. I've got the Absolute to protect me. But you're on your own. Nothing more than a skin suit for that monster inside you. You're gonna be my new pet. A ferocious squiddy. All for myself.
You test the weight of the chains, looking for weak points.
She said for the monster inside you, and I'm like, which monster? Dark Urge or Lithid? Take your pick. Okay, so what I would do here instinctively, if I got myself into this situation, is I would try and break those chains. But I know the outcome that I'm trying to get here, just because I want to show you certain things through this playthrough. So I'm not going to have him do that. I'm going to have him preserve his strength with the idea of he's going to break the chains when she leaves, is what he's thinking. Okay, so back outside the room, and these guys are going to be like, we've been waiting a while.
Don't linger.
Maybe we should check on him. Make our way over there. Let's try and see if we can see around this corner. Where has he gone? I don't know why I'm talking like Dirge, because I'm not playing as Dirge right now. They're going to be like, where has he gone? They've left. Where are they? And that's kind of where I'm going to leave that little part of the story for now. Let's jump back over to Cordia. And there's a few things I want to do with her. So I'm actually going to run over to that area. So basically straight across. They're like, oh, it must be going well with Priestess Gut. They've been in there for a long time. Who's this lady? She doesn't look like a goblin at all.
That the jingle of coin, I hear? You've timed it well, my friend. Already turned quite the profit today. So I'm feeling generous.
Look at Shadowheart smiling away in the background. You're insignia. I've seen it before in the Underdark.
Aye, so you have. It's one place the Zhentarim can trade openly, thank the gods. Folk up here like to quiver over right and wrong, until the coin starts clinking anyway. It's just business. If there was money in being good, the Zhentarim would be pure as paladins.
Well, what business does a Zent have with goblins?
You joking? Goblins sell the best prisoners. Cheap, quiet, and eager to be elsewhere. Till this crowd converted and started sending their captives to Moonrise Towers, at least. No complaints, mind. I just sold enough smoke powder to cover the loss 10 times over.
So in her head, she's thinking, slaves you're buying, not prisoners. Because again, the Underdark has a big slave trade. It's bad. Cordia is very against it. Like, again, her whole thing is like saving people, like getting them out of the Underdark and getting them back to safety. But she's not going to say that. Again, she's kind of trying to disguise herself as a bad drow, just so she can navigate this place kind of freely. So she's going to change the subject slightly. She doesn't agree with it, but again, she's like, okay, so the prisoners are being taken to Moonrise Towers. Perhaps we can save more people. Future note. So she's going to say, what do the goblins want smoke powder for?
Ask that kin of yours they're all bowing to. The glint in her eye is bad news for someone. Not my concern, so long as I'm paid. Speaking of, something to trade or what?
Well, let me see your wares. Maybe she's got something useful. I have no intention of giving my good hard-earned money to this slave trader. So we are gonna rob her. Like, she probably got this. This is ill-gotten means, guys. So we're gonna do our little robbing method here. Let's get anything that kind of looks good. Potion of invis, we'll take it. Healing potions, we want them. Is that a potion of flight or a potion of speed? We love those, take that. Yeah, more potions, we'll grab those. Potion of arcane, supreme elixir of arcane cultivation, we want that. We're going to take all these arrows, probably send those over to, that's not an arrow, all these arrows, probably send them over to Astarion. I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of these scrolls, but there's some really good ones that I want to point out. Scroll of Sunbeam's great. What else have we got? Like scroll of chain lightning is pretty decent. I like these scrolls of elementals. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and grab all these scrolls and sort those out later, because I don't want to faff around too much on camera. And then we're just going to kind of go through and get anything that has like special properties. So this blooded great axe has relentless revenge. When the wielder has 50% hit points or less, they deal an additional 1 to 4 slashing damage. Maybe we can make use of that. There's this bow of awareness. You get a +1 bonus to initiative rolls. So you could technically, even if you have someone who doesn't use bows, like just having that, just having that on, like equipped, will give them a +1 to initiative. So that could be really useful for somebody. What else have we got as well? Gold wormling staff, which gives you fireball, could be handy. I don't want any of these +1 things. They're just not that good. Hunter's dagger. Dirge likes his daggers, so maybe we'll get him this as a gift. On a hit, the target must succeed a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or become ruptured. I don't know if I'm going to use that, but again, let's just take it anyway. Monster Slayer glaive. I'll let you kind of read that. What else do we have here? Boring short bow. War pick, not too interested in any of those. And then there's some kind of basic armor, but what I want to get is this kind of modded armor over here. We'll grab those. Again, we got these already basically from a chest that we picked up really early in the game, but I prefer to go the method of either, you know, stealing it off people, buying it from traders when it occurs naturally at certain points in the game, just so it's not too cheaty, just so it feels kind of balanced. Is there anything else here with the armor that we should get? Probably not. Yeah, no, I'm good on the armor. I don't really need another basic shield, even though it is +3, but letting you guys know that you might be able to get it from here. There's these gilded greaves. When you cast a spell that requires concentration, you gain momentum. That means you can run faster. While you are concentrating, you can't get knocked prone or moved against your will. That could come in very handy for a specific fight that I'm thinking of for later. And then gilded gauntlets, battle acuity. Whenever you deal damage with a weapon attack, you gain arcane acuity for 2 turns. That just increases the accuracy of your spells. And then also this one, which is quick spell fingers. Cantrips that cost an action cost a bonus action instead. This can be used once per short rest. So similar to how Cordia has sorcery points, which mean that she can fire a spell as a bonus action. This also gives you kind of a similar ability. Now I've used this on Will before to get Eldritch Blast as a bonus action, and that works quite well. So that might be a route that we decide to take. The only other thing that I want to grab right now is this other supply pack, because again, we like our long rests, we like getting those kind of story dialogue scenes, so again, that's going to be something we use. What is that as well? See invisibility, yes please. Again, sorry guys, I can hear my neighbours banging around back there. We're nearly done, we're going to keep going. So for those of you who haven't seen this trick of robbing traders, you basically put a bag in their side of the barter, not trade, you have to be on barter. Put a bag in their side, put whatever you want in that bag, put a bag in your side, open it, and then basically click the first item, scroll down to the last item, and using the shift key, like use that to highlight everything, and then just drag it all over. Now you do not place it here, otherwise it's counted as robbing and they will challenge you. But if you put it on this little window at the top, this little bag, it can all go into your inventory, and sometimes you get in trouble, sometimes it glitches, but normally you get away with it. So I'm just going to pass that over to Shadowheart. I'm so sorry about the banging, guys. I thought they were done. I thought they finished last week. And then we're just gonna give them something to get that bag back, and to kind of like make them feel like they've traded and they've not been ripped off. It's a distraction technique, it's fine. So I'm gonna go on barter. We've got our bag back, we are out of here.
Pleasure.
Pleasure doing business with you too. Okay, so next up, we need to go and see this Eralyne, because that is the 3rd boss. We don't know what Dirge is doing with that priestess gut. We trust him, he's a big strong boy, I'm sure he's fine. Yeah, when we were over here before with Minthara, we definitely heard... sorry, my cat's on the move now. We definitely heard a lot of commotion coming from this room. So let's go in here and check out what is going on in here.
Sugan al Sukok, O Tashokek Doors. I command you, corpse, speak. absolute!
By Vlaakith's blade, a geich.
Nothing. Must be reading it wrong. Suga no sukuk.
The hobgoblin turns to you, and the parasite squirms in your skull. You taste the ale on his tongue and the bile in his soul. The visions cloud your inner eye for a brief moment once again. You see the hobgoblin bowing before the armored elf you'd glimpsed before. The elf speaks of the hunt for a great weapon and the rewards that will go to whoever finds it. The hobgoblin's eyes gleam hungrily.
Another drow true soul. As if there weren't enough of you.
He doesn't speak his next words, yet they still rattle your skull from within.
You ever talk to a dead squid? Now's your chance.
Okay, so this is why I wanted Cordia to do this, because she's a cleric and a cleric of Listery, so she gets some extra options. I also really wanted Shadowheart and Lae'zel with me for reasons which will become apparent. The reason why I didn't have Cordia do the thing with Priestess Gut, even though it made more sense for me for her to be like really trusting, is because she's a drow, she's an elf, so sleep potions don't work on her, so it had to be Dirge if I wanted that outcome. So I think she would, because she's a cleric of Listery, it does make sense that her reaction would be, what profane ceremony is this? But again, she's trying to blend in, right? She's trying to look like one of them. So I think we're going to go with scroll, incense. Do you mean to speak with this corpse?
Damn right. I'm gonna make this carcass talk. Absolute says the dead squiddy had a weapon. I reckon the killer nabbed it and scooted off to that looter camp. We find who killed it, and we find who took that weapon. So settle in.
You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks. It's the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the goblin camp. Her mind focuses. Their suspicion cannot be aroused. They cannot discover that the weapon they seek is within their grasp.
Okay guys, we might be in trouble here. I'm sorry about the banging. Study the corpse. Was this the mind flayer that took... Study the corpse. Was this the mind flayer that tortured you?
This mind flayer's build is smaller, its garb plainer. A fearsome creature even in death, but not the one that tormented you. Yet it too roamed the Nautiloid. It would have seen you, known you.
I know that magic. So I feel like what she wants to do is take control of this and be like, I'm going to be the one asking questions so that he doesn't give us away. So, I know this magic. Hand me the scroll and I can do the talking.
Then take it. Absolute knows I'm not getting anywhere.
You read aloud the words on the scroll. The hideous corpse rises, tentacles writhing.
Okay. Who killed you? Wasn't us.
The creature responds, not in words, but memories. You see a clawed hand open a holding pod, devoid of flesh, only darkness.
Damn it. I saw it too, and it tells me nothing.
Okay. I don't want to ask this because it might give away the artifact, right? So I'm going to say, what were you doing in Faerun?
Again, visions flow through you. A swarm of Githyanki dragon riders, silver blades held high, control panels melting, flesh pods spilled open.
Get on the hunt. They know something.
Suspicion floods Raxlin's mind. Your brain howls as you consider your final question.
Okay, so we have a gift with us. We've got Lae'zel with us. We don't want to draw attention to her, or, you know, we might have to make excuses and say, oh yes, we're torturing her. We're just taking her for interrogation now, or she's a spy, you know, something like that. But again, like, she's in the room with us. Shadowheart's in the room with the artifact. Lae'zel's in there. She's a gift. Like, I don't want to get her in trouble. So I don't want to draw attention to the gift, but also this, who is the Absolute? Like, if we're one of them, we should know who the Absolute is, but at the same time, we need to know who the Absolute is. We want more information, so I'm going to choose that option. Who is the Absolute?
You see an image. Curved drow blades, crude goblin torches, gnoll teeth, dripping blood. You see other mind flayers arranged in a serene circle. Absolute unity. Absolute power. Raxlin's mind rages. You have asked what no true soul would dare.
You're no true soul.
Okay, we need to talk our way out of this very quickly. I made a mistake. I am a true soul, remember? We connected. I won't use friends. I'm not making that mistake. I feel like we could do this. It's difficulty class of 10. Let's get Shadowheart to guide us. Come on, guys. We can do this. Phew. Phew.
Yeah. You're right. You're a real true soul. I felt it.
The corpse collapses, silent once more.
No! I'm not done! Riddles, all of it, and nothing to show for the trouble but rotting squid meat. No answers, no killer, and no damned weapon. That damned Drow was right. Can't let her get all the glory. Seems I ain't done with you. Report to the Drow. Minthara's the name. She's mounting an attack on that blasted grove. Tell her you'll join her.
Oh, Minthara, we're besties. We go way back. Used to hang out in the Underdark together. I'll go and talk to her. I'm sure it's fine. Consider it done.
Praise the Absolute.
No prizes for guessing what this weapon thereafter really is. The artifact.
If that's the case, we've got more problems than just the worms in our heads.
I want to talk to this guy here. I think it's this guy, because I am curious about him. Kragan? Kagran?
With the dead. Rivers and...
That was intense. I wouldn't want to bump into that thing while it was still alive.
But goblins give you no pause.
Someone needs to keep an eye on these buggers. I don't make a habit of questioning the Absolute. Now quiet!
That's really interesting to me. I'll go over here so you can see what he's saying while I talk. Like, I'll go like that so you can kind of see what he's saying. So that guy, I think he's some sort of spy. Don't you think? Like, I've not seen anyone talking about this, but basically in our minds, he was like, someone's got to keep an eye on them. But out loud, he's like, oh, Absolute stuff. So I think he's a really curious character, and I can't find out any more information about him. Okay, so Goody's like, oh, this sounds like trouble. I think I'm in trouble. They're expecting me to speak to this Minthara. I feel like I need my friend Dirge to help me with this. So she's gonna kind of like run over here and be like, where is everybody? What's going on? And yeah, she's gonna go and she's gonna find them. I'm gonna say that she just goes through the door. She's like,
see what this does.
Where's Dirge? What's happening? Is he cured yet? Yeah, they're gonna be like, we don't know where he is. We don't know what happened. And that's going to kind of be where I leave the goblin camp for today. I think the idea that they would have is like, we need to find Dirge, we need to rest, we need to make camp, we don't know where he is, we'll search for him more tomorrow, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave it, on a bit of a cliffhanger there. But there's more to come, so don't turn off yet, because I think we could get an interesting long rest on our hands here. Oh, Volo, you made it to camp, how wonderful.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you made it out safely. What do you know about mind flayers? You're very learned and studied. I'm sure you know more than we do.
Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know. Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close.
And they're parasites? Do you know anything about them?
As a matter of fact, I do. But why do you?
Well, a mind flayer planted one of their larvae in my brain. I was hoping you could help with that.
That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceremorphosis by now.
He doesn't know anything, does he? If only your disbelief could alter facts.
If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flayer? Ridiculous. Isn't it?
Well, examine me, find out for yourself.
Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim. If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, dear sweet gods!
I want rid of this thing by any means necessary.
If we managed it, we'd have a specimen of incredible rarity on our hands. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted.
Okay, so we've got a new special item from doing that. The Blazer of Benevolence. Remedial rhyme. So this is specifically an item useful for a bard. When you inspire an ally using bardic inspiration, you gain 4 temporary hit points. So we do actually have a bard in our company. Currently he's not at camp. I need to send him to camp. But maybe Astarion could make some use out of this. So if I go over here, and I just go ahead and I send the Blazer of Benevolence over to Astarion. We can actually compare this to what he currently has on. So currently he's got the faded drow leather armor on, but if we do switch it out for this, it means we lose 1 of armor class, but we do get like the added benefit. I think I'm going to keep him in the drow armor for now, just because we're kind of in disguise in the goblin camp. But this fancy thing, if we ever need to go somewhere fancy, I feel like that could be a really good armor option for him. So yeah, like I am happy with that. Okay, let's see if anyone has anything to say before we go to sleep.
We get along quite well, I think. What's on your mind?
No, all good there. Lae'zel?
Speak.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone has anything special to say. All right, I am going to go ahead and long rest, and we'll see what happens. Let's hopefully we have a good night's sleep and we can look for Dirge in the morning. You have enough camp supplies? Yep, do that.
You carry a Githyanki relic. I will have an explanation. Or your head.
Walk away. Now. I won't warn you again.
Oh, what's going on? Why are you two arguing?
Lae'zel thinks I have something important to her people. She's deluded, clear.
Lies. She carries an heirloom of my people. I must know why.
Oh, I hate it when my big sisters fight. I thought they got over this. Stop this. No sense in us fighting with each other.
Incorrect. Judicious bloodletting settles feuds and roots out the weak, the deceitful.
Do you hear this, tribe? Our lives are at stake, and she wants us to turn on each other.
No others. Just you and me.
I really want Shadowheart's approval, so I'm going to agree with Shadowheart. The artifact is protecting us. We need it with us, and that's true. It is protecting us. We do need it.
You hear that, Lae'zel? It's called common sense.
You seek reason in dishonor.
Unfortunately, I didn't get approval, but in my mind I did. Rest, both of you. Tempers will be cooler in the morning. Shadowheart tends to act up at night. I'm sure a long rest will do her good. She's very stressed.
I doubt this one's wits will be any sharper by then.
I do not wish to spill blood here. Come daylight, we will find a place to end this.
Fine. You can accept you're wrong, or we'll be rid of you permanently. Either way, I win. You had every chance to look the other way, but here we are. You chose this.
Spare me the justifications, coward.
If anyone asks, I'll say you were transforming. Don't expect to be mourned.
I mean, this is kind of calmer. Like, Lae'zel did hold a knife to our throat the other night. But Cody's just gonna go, Shadowheart, stop! You don't have to do this. Oh god, I've got to persuade her. Oh my goodness. Guide myself. Oh, phew. Lae'zel lives to fight another day. So I did actually test this to see what happens if I let Shadowheart kill Lae'zel. I get 10 what they call companion points, approval points, which does bump Shadowheart up into actually liking me again. But Lae'zel dies, and I thought it's fine, I'll just take it and then I'll revive Lae'zel with like a potion of revival, and it wouldn't let me. It does not let you revive her. She's dead. And I even tried going to Withers, and he was like, no, can't help you with that. Lae'zel who? So just letting you know that is what can happen there.
She's a liability. It's the artifact we need, not her.
Let me up, and I'll show you.
I feel like Shadowheart is just defending herself. Like, Lae'zel is kind of the aggressor in this whole situation. Shadowheart's just saying, back off, or I'm gonna put up a fight. So I'm gonna say, cooperate, Lae'zel, for your own sake.
Surrender? A disgusting notion.
You had better warm to that notion very rapidly, or your journey ends here. We needn't be enemies. There's plenty of those to go around already.
What would you have? That we be friends?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But imagine what we might achieve if we channeled some of that hostility back at our real foes, instead of each other. They wouldn't stand a chance.
That was so funny. I don't know, enemies to lovers, anyone? I ship them. I think there's some sexual tension in the air, and if they just had a quick bang, I'm sure the whole problem would be sorted. After a deep breath, Cordia, I think, would head over to Lae'zel to be like, are we done? Can I sleep?
Speak.
About your quarrel with Shadowheart.
It is over where I am concerned.
Oh, thank goodness for that. That's a relief. We won't survive this if we don't stand together.
It is through conflict that we strengthen our bonds. Yet I do not recommend Shadowheart seek it again. The next resolution may not end in her favor.
You're the one that was all Gith Yankee relic. Need to take it to my people. We were... Listen, Lae'zel. Okay, I do have the opportunity to Riz Lae'zel, but now is not the time. And I would love for Dirge to get that, actually. Oh, he's here. You didn't see anything. Okay, let's head over to Shadowheart then.
Something the matter?
Yes, something's the matter. I want to talk about what happened with Lae'zel.
We aren't dear friends now, if that's what you're asking. But I trust we can all sleep a little more soundly in camp now.
Well, I hope so. I can't fight goblins with no sleep. I'm an 8-hour-a-night kind of girl. Actually, fun fact, elves don't actually sleep, but like elves and drows, they meditate. So you can actually have a long rest and a short rest, if you're following D&D rules at least. But anyway, I like my beauty sleep. Listen, I'm a bit of a princess, as are you, Shadowheart, and we don't want these bags under our eyes, so let's get some beauty sleep and get the full 8 hours and settle our disputes sometime in the distant future when all this is over. That's good. I'd rather keep things friendly between all of us.
You have an interesting definition of friendly, but yes.
Okay. Shadowheart, please love me. How is our approval right now with Shadowheart? Because I want her to love me. It's still neutral. Oh my goodness. We'll get there. We'll get there. It'll be fine. Okay, that is it for the evening. Let's go to bed, a long rest, and see if we can actually have a good night's sleep. My tummy's rumbling. Okay, I feel better. Let's go back to the goblin camp and let's find Dirge and let's put this whole silly mess behind us. Alright, so in the next episode, I'm gonna go looking for Dirge. I know you can see him on the screen right now, but pretend you can't. Where is he? Yeah, we'll go and see what happened there. See if Dirge gets out of that sticky situation, or if we have to go and do a rescue mission. I think we need to kill Dror Rexlin, figure out something to do with Priestess Gert, figure out something with Minthara. I've got a master plan with this. Some of you may know a bit more about that, but I'm going to leave that for the next episode. And hopefully this whole silly thing with Shadowheart and Lae'zel is over. I can see that people want to talk to us on the screen, but we'll deal with that tomorrow. Okay, long episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Go and check out the game for yourselves if you haven't yet already. There's so much to it. We're still in Act 1. I think Act 1 has 3 parts. Oh, we'll save that for next time. He's such a good boy. Yeah, I think Act 1 has, like, there's Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. We're still in Act 1. Act 1 has 3 parts, and we're still in, like, the first part, like, in my opinion. So there's still so much game left to play. There's so much story left to discover. There's so much left to do. Will Lae'zel and Shadowheart become enemies to lovers? I hope so. Will I get to rizz up any of the characters? I hope so. Will we find Dirge? Let's find out in the next video. Please leave a like if you like, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't yet already, and I will see you next Friday for you know, the finale of the Goblin Camp, I guess. I'll see you again soon. Do take care. Look after your faces, look after your friends, and I will have a good week. And you guys have a good week. I'll have a good week. We'll all have a good week. Get your 8 hours of sleep. My tummy's rumbling. I'm gonna go and find some food. Bye, friends.
Call me a girl. Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a